What would be hallmarks to like a great Stephen King adaptation? When we went to see Cronenberg,
Yeah.
and I was telling you about this Cronenberg book I'm reading, and in the book, the author says that The Dead Zone is one of the best, if not the best, Stephen King adaptations, and one of the most beloved
Oh, yeah. I
by
remember that
fans.
conversation.
And what I thought was so funny was that, like, in 30 seconds, you named like 10 better movies. So that's
Not even close.
But then I did some research and I found a bunch of rankings of Stephen King adaptations, and it's very high on most of them.
It's too
like shockingly high.
Too high.
So Vulture, you know the publication Vulture?
Yeah.
Okay, they like 8 days ago, because The Monkey just came out.
Yeah.
They did a ranking of all Stephen King adaptations, 47 of them. The Dead Zone is at number 3.
That's too high.
Then I found Empire. They're 15, I think it's the 15 best Stephen King adaptations, so they only picked 15 of them. Dead Zone is at number 7, so it's in the top 10.
That's a little better.
And then I found it's IGN, you know IGN?
Yeah.
And Dead Zone is at number 13.
That's better.
What to you, because you rattle off so quickly, so many, if we're gonna, let's say 10. What do you think are like the 10 best Stephen King adaptations?
So the best one by far, in my opinion, is The Shawshank Redemption. I don't know if I've met anyone that doesn't at least like that film, or at least respects it as a good film. So Shawshank Redemption definitely is better. I would take The Green Mile.
Wait, hold on. Vulture lists Shawshank at number 4 and Dead Zone at number 3. Continue.
So I would take The Green Mile over The Dead Zone. The Shining over it. I would take, I mean, this isn't, I don't know if this is fair or not, but the Stand, the miniseries.
Okay.
So I don't know if it counts.
Well, it is an adaptation.
And also with it, because the 1991 was
Tim Curry. That one.
Yeah, it's a mini series. So I take all those over it. Misery's better, for sure.
What about? Can I throw some names out here? Stand By Me.
I didn't even remember that was him. Yeah, that's better.
Carrie.
Carrie's better.
Are you a Carrie fan?
I like Carrie. Yeah,
okay.
It's a good movie. That's a good like bullying horror supernatural film.
Okay, see if you can guess. Don't look at my.
All right, I'm not looking.
Arnold Schwarzenegger Stephen King adaptation.
Arnold Schwarzenegger Stephen King adaptation.
Game show.
Oh, The Running Man.
Yeah.
Way better.
How many levels better?
Like multiple levels.
The Mist.
Oh, The Mist is great. Yeah, that's better.
The movie.
Well, I think they're talking about the newer versions of it.
But would you say yes or no?
No.
Christine.
Oh, I mean, that's John Carpenter. I mean,
I like that movie.
Yeah, I do too.
Children of the Corn. Yeah. No. Pet Sematary, any version?
They're fun, but they're not great movies.
Have you seen The Monkey, the most recent?
No, I have not.
Okay. What about Dr. Sleep?
I saw that. It was decent, but no.
You don't think that's better than Dead Zone?
No.
Okay. So then, I mean, that's how many movies? Like 13,
at least
14?
10, yeah.
Okay. So then here's my next question for you. Oh, what about Firestarter?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that recently. I thought it was like me.
Oh, my God.
What is your, I guess, what is your take on The Dead Zone, and why do you think some people tend to rank it so highly?
So, I'm going to be honest. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Oh.
The stink?
Yes.
Just, what's it smell like?
You know what it smells like.
No, tell me.
It's like a mild version of the Alice dumpster have.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I didn't have any meats today.
That's what it smells like.
That's amazing and awesome.
It's putrid.
That's great. That makes me feel better about myself. And I needed that pick-me-up. I haven't seen The Dead Zone in a long
That pick-me-up is so
long time, right?
Okay.
It could be Christopher Walken's really good in it. And he's creepy and all that. I don't know what it is about that film that people love so much. Maybe it's just like when they saw it. Maybe it's because of the political like nature and the assassination nature of it. Maybe they love Christopher Walken, which we all do. But
I think Martin Sheen is great in that movie too.
Yeah,
it does have like there's a groundedness to that movie that I appreciated. I think it looks really good, and Cronenberg is Canadian, right?
Yeah.
So this makes sense to me. But a lot of movies that you see that take place in cold places in the winter, they seem made by people who don't know what it's like to be cold and live there in the winter. So Fargo, obviously, they're from that area. That's a really great winter movie. And I think Dead Zone does a really good job of showing what it's like to be in New England in the winter. Like, it's a very natural movie, and it feels very organic. But to me, I read that book, right? Mm-hmm. And I loved that book. And I felt like there were a lot of elements to the adaptation that I just didn't get.
Right.
Things that were changed that didn't make sense, things that were left out that could have made it more interesting. The other thing is that the film is very episodic, whereas the book has like a natural evolution so that all the events make sense and tie together in a meaningful way. The other thing is Christopher Walken was like 40 when that movie came out, and the guy in the book is like 20. He's supposed to be like this young kid.
It's like all
whose
the
life is taken
all
away
the movies where it's in like high school and they're all like 35 years
Yeah,
old
but
with
I'm
like gray hair.
He's 40, and it's like he's just going out with his girlfriend, and he's just starting his job as a teacher, and it's like, dude, you're middle aged. In 1983, 40-year-olds, you're like basically retired.
Yeah.
It's like, but
maybe I should rewatch it because it's been a while, but it's not my favorite Cronenberg or.
So what do you think, to you, what are the hallmarks of something being, and maybe there aren't any unifying, because obviously Shawshank is such a different movie than like The Shining, but like what would be hallmarks to like a great Stephen King adaptation?
Memorable, relatable characters. So Shawshank Redemption, you have Andy Dufresne, you have Red, you like them, you root for them, it's emotional, you care for them. Same thing with The Green Mile, same thing with Stand By Me. To a lesser extent, The Shining.
But James Caan in Misery is like you like him, right?
You feel for him, right?
Yeah.
And I also like the Stephen King movies I like and the adaptations I like are a little more like grounded in like they're horror films, right? But it's just people, right? I'm less of a like monster person, like It or something like that.
Where they do have, I mean, Kathy Bates is a really good villain.
That's what I'm saying. She's a great villain. The Warden from Shawshank Redemption is a great villain. Jack Torrance becomes a great villain, even though you feel for him because, like, when he goes to the hotel, he's not like an evil person. It's just like,
but he is Jack Nicholson.
Yeah,
so he's already
insane. Yeah, he's a hog. But so those are some trademarks that I think.
It's interesting that you mentioned that because now that I think about the Dead Zone, I think the Christopher Walken character is a little underwritten. But compared to like this, it's hard because I can't help but compare it to the book. I can't take the movie on its own merits because I can't unread the book.
Right.
The thing that struck me about the movie is that there's not really an enemy until well into the film when the Martin Sheen character becomes the thing, right? So like if you're looking at the screenwriting of that film, I think you could have introduced not only the Castle Rock killer, who's like takes up like 10 minutes in that movie, but is like a big part of the narrative of the book, and the Martin Sheen character much earlier on, and kind of develop them organically together in such a way that you're building towards these conclusions that tie things together rather than just being like, now we're going to do this. Okay, that's dealt with now. Like, it's very compartmentalized in a way that doesn't give you a sense of like an arc or like any kind of satisfaction when it ends.
Yeah. And I mean, I didn't even mention like, the hallmarks of Stephen King stuff like small towns, New England towns, because that's just self-explanatory.
Well, except for The Running Man. You don't have that in there.
Running Man, so.
What about 1408? Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I saw it once. It's just an average film.
Okay, so I got one more thing to throw at you here.
All right.
Can you guess the top 10 grossing Stephen King adaptations?
I mean, I would probably guess it's more modern movies. So
That's number one.
1 and 2.
Those are 1 and 2.
Yeah. Dr. Sleep, maybe?
That's not on there.
No, wow, okay. The Shining.
Nope.
Shawshank Redemption.
Nope.
Yeah. Is it just a bunch of random shit?
Number 3 is one that you mentioned and really like.
What did I mention?
It has a color in the title.
Oh, The Green Mile.
Yep, that's number 3.
Okay.
Okay, so number 4 is a room number.
1408.
Yep. Number 5 is one we talked about. It's got a hammer in it.
Oh, Misery?
Yep. Number 6 and 7 have the same title but were released like 30 years apart and are different movies.
Oh, Pet Sematary?
Yep. Number 8 is an 80s like kids movie.
Well, it's Stand By Me.
Yep.
Children of the Corn on there?
No. Number 9 is the one with Idris Elba. I think.
The Dark Tower?
Yeah. And number 10 is a movie I've never even heard of. Johnny Depp is in it. Okay, I do remember this movie.
The Ninth Gate?
Nope. That movie was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Secret Window. So that's it. I mean, that was my topic of conversation.
For this little segment, I think that's good because they both tied in together with Cronenberg,
unexpected Cronenberg Carpenter thing. That was good.
All right.
Mini episode.
Over.
Shit.
Hey.